All right, folks, well, welcome back. Today is the day to put this thing to work. I literally drove it home last night, got home at like 8:30, and today I got the greedy boards on, I got it plated, and now we're heading to the quarry for our first load. And thankfully our first load is going to be crusher dust, so it won't be any bang smash in the box, just a nice soft little thud like a pillow, because I don't even want to haul dirt in this thing, to be honest. Like, man. So if you didn't see the last video, 2025 Kenworth T880 Packard MX-13, 455 horsepower, Eaton 18 speed ultra shift or auto shift, whatever they call it. That I'm gonna still be getting used to. Obviously haven't tried the engine brake yet at all, because I literally, it's like I said, just drove it home last night. Watch my first video if you're asking why I did this, and you know, it's red, doesn't match my other trucks, all that sort of stuff. Just check that out. But for now, I really need to go get this load of gravel and get it down to my guys. So once I do that, I will be able to go over this truck a lot better. I'll pop the hood, I'll go through the interior a bit more, the specs of the truck, all that sort of stuff. But first things first, I need to go get a load on this thing and get it to the job site so that my guys can get some work done. All right, so like I said, I'm still definitely getting used to this thing. Take a little while. Even my seating position, the steering wheel, it's telescopic and it tilts. That's gonna take some getting used to. The transmission, like the Allison, is sort of more like a pickup truck transmission, I find. But this truck is, you actually feel the shifts are very distinctive. It basically shifts exactly how you would be doing it manually. But let's see what I weigh in at here. What is my tire weight? I'm pretty curious to find that out. I gotta take a detour through here now. Pick up the asphalt plant set up. You can really hear the shifts. I like that it tells you what gear you're into. All right, well, we got a load on. There's our suspension load right now. We're up to 70 PSI in the bags. That rattle, that if you hear that rattle is the boards, the greedy boards. The bolt heads were a little too big. They won't fit through the hole. They won't fit through the hole of on the steel part of the box. So I'm either gonna have to drill those out or put smaller bolts in. And right now I've got my exhaust brake in level 1. Obviously I'm just driving around the quarry here, but it doesn't really feel loaded, to be honest. Oh yeah, I gotta put my tarp down for the first time. All right, first time pulling out of this quarry. Very short shifts. We're at 9th now. Oh, wow, we jumped all the way to 12th. like completely different than the Allison. The Allison, you just kind of put your foot down and it's just like a pickup truck. This here, you can feel it defueling and then picking back up. So stage 2 exhaust brake, very quiet, which is a little unfortunate. I got a lot of stuff in here that's kind of loose and it's shaking around, so if you hear anything, more than likely that's what it is. I got to get rid of some of the stuff. They gave me some accessories, and then I got some cleaning supplies in here, the first aid kit and all that stuff's just kind of laying around, so I got to get that dealt with. Feels pretty strong, that's for sure. It's one thing, like when I was looking up these trucks, there's lots of videos of people walking around with them, but there's no videos of really anybody actually using them. So you know me and my channel, I'm not just gonna walk around and show you the truck and how nice it is. I'm gonna show you what it acts like. 17th gear right now, going up this hill. Drop to 15th. That it shifts just like if you were doing it yourself, except better. Some guys will comment in the video and say that it's not doing a better job than what you would do manually, but yeah, go ahead and say that. Alright, let's get on the highway here. I gotta stop and get a new logbook. Well, cruising down the highway, cruise control set, 18th gear, 105 kilometers an hour, engine brake level 2. It's pretty quiet in here. You can actually hear the radio. One thing I gotta do is figure out how to get my phone hooked up in here. And it's kind of embarrassed to say this, but I've never used a CB radio. So that's something that I need to figure out too. Pretty comfortable. Now I got to get my other 2 trucks back on the road. Hopefully the Sterling will be done today. We can pick it up, get her back on the road again. But I don't know. I haven't heard from the shop yet. Definitely pretty comfortable in here, cruising down the highway. And it should be. Alright, so the load of crusher dust has been delivered. Now we're getting a load of type 2. That job, I don't know what, they got something weird going on there. The plumber is asking for some weird things. I don't know where they want to grab this stuff from. I guess we'll go with this. Type 2 on this load. Was pretty comfy. So at the other quarry I tired in at 10.8 at 10.5, and at this quarry I tired in at 10.8, and what have we got on here? 14.9 ton on this load right now. I think my last load was 14.8 ton. So both loads basically the same basically the same amount of weight as of material, but 300 kgs in the difference for a tire weight. We got a hill here to start out with. Like I said, it hasn't rained really for like 2 weeks. The first day I get the truck and start hauling with it, it rains. And that quarry is a mess when it rains. So the truck is filthy already. I'm getting more used to this transmission. Actually hear it click into gear and like everything. Let's try stage 3. The exhaust brake is way smoother than my International. I find the International is like overly aggressive. I can't even think about using stage 3 in that one. It will literally, with the transmission downshifting, it will put you, just about put you right through the windshield. This is way smoother. Yeah, this is nice. Downhill, 13th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Alright, load 3 of the day. This one's an even 15 ton. People in the scale house, they said, brand new? And I said, yeah, today's the first day. And first thing the guy there said, yeah, of course it rains. I said, yeah, of course. Very first day, and it would have to rain, wouldn't it? Exhaust brake is definitely much smoother in this truck compared to the International. I mean, the International works good, but like some of it's the exhaust brake and some of it's the transmission. And the transmission is a bit aggressive in that truck. People have told me that you can there's settings on that transmission where you can adjust how aggressive it is. We haven't touched it, so it is where it was when we bought it. Pulls good. All right, so load 4 of the day. Back at the Middlewood quarry, and this load's just going to my pit. It's some drainage stone underneath of my slab for my shop build. I've got a guy lined up to build the shop at the end of this month. So I have to get all the slab prep done and get the concrete poured, in-floor heat and plumbing and all that done before that happens. So a lot has to happen in a pretty short period of time. So the job the guys are on tomorrow, we're on today, we're sort of at a standstill down there until the plumber comes. So I'll put the guys that were down there at the shop to get that one ready tomorrow. I'll help out with it, but I got some materials that I have to haul as well. So anyway, still down to one truck. I was hoping to have the Sterling back today, but now I'm not going to have the Sterling back till mid-morning tomorrow. So after that, I'll have 2 trucks back up and running again, and then after, hopefully maybe even by the end of the week, we'll see, the International will be back, but it's hard to say. The guy's pretty busy at his shop, so he's doing what he can. I think we're right at about 14 ton on this load. With clear stone, it's always 2 scoops in a little bit if you got greedy boards on, because it's nowhere near as heavy as what Class A would be, or Type 2, or crusher dust. There's more airspace with the clear stone. So I'm gonna dump this load off at the pit and then head her on home for the day. That's gonna do it for the first day. So the first day of ownership of the truck, it's got 4 loads hauled through it. Straight to work. Alright, so here to dump a load. Literally everything is different about this truck. And it's taken, this is the 4th load I'll be dumping with it. And let's see how I am on the switches. One hand right now, obviously, so that's a little bit longer. I can't figure out which way the tarp goes. Not that way. So towards me is forward. Then I got my air dump. Then I gotta put my PTO on. Open my tailgate. One thing I don't need to do, I can tell you, is rev up the truck for it to dump fast. Definitely doesn't like when you leave and you got your PTO on. Alright. Well, day 2 of ownership. And we're driving for the association today. So, heading to the quarry right now and get loaded up with some crusher dust, which is nice. Nice that we're hauling crusher dust. Nice and easy on the bed of the truck. We're going to where that new sort of exit is for the new exit there on Incinerator Road. I don't really know exactly where I'm going, but hopefully I'll be able to follow a truck. If I knew how to use that CV radio, I could talk to the guys, figure out where the heck I'm going, but that's something I gotta figure out. Man, I just snapped that heated seat on. Woo. Heats up pretty quick. Well, load number 8 on its way today. It's now 2 o'clock. This is gonna be gonna have to be my last load for today, because I've got to take my young fella to hockey at 4:30. By the time I get home and get him ready and get myself ready and you know, all that fun stuff, it's gonna be it. So unfortunately, I'd love to keep going till 5 o'clock. That's for sure. Get some more hours in. Probably end up getting like 11 or 12 loads if I stay till 5. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen today, and this video turned into a long video, so I'm going to have to just make this like first use video, and then I'll do a full walk around video at another time, because I'm running out of footage and it's getting long. But anyway, folks, so far, loving the truck. The more that I drive it, the more I get used to it. All the switches and the seat. I'm starting to figure out all the functions on the seat, and I'm starting to get pretty cozy in here. It's 23 degrees outside, November 5th, November 6th. I got the air conditioner here going, which is pretty epic. I have air conditioning in my International, but there's so much heat that comes through the floor of that truck that it doesn't really do anything. My Sterling, the air conditioning doesn't work in that truck. But anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said in the start or during the video, there's lots of videos of walk-arounds on these trucks, like the Kenworth guy, Andy. He does a bunch of them, but there doesn't seem to be anybody making videos of actually using these things very often. So there'll be lots of that happening here on this channel, so stay tuned. But alright, that's gonna do it for now. Definitely stay tuned. So until next time, take care, stay safe. We'll see you then. Bye.